Okay guys, so in the previous video we just add up some logic in the image compressor, and what we had done that we had just make this choose file, and we had just created a handle function. We'll just handle the uploaded file, and also we had created some states variable, right? So we'll just move forward, and in this video I will just tell you how to add up the main logic of compression. Okay, so for that I will just show how this handle function is triggered or not. Okay, so let me just alert. Okay, the moment we do, let's just alert the actual file name, right? So what will it do? Let's just say file name, file name, and plus, and we'll just what will just alert the file name, right? So what is the file name here? So file name will be our original image, right? So our original image, and I will just original image dot name, right? So this will be our alert. Okay, so the moment we just okay, so there is one error, right? Let me just check it out. What is the error? Right. So original image is not defined, right? So original image is not defined here. Why this is not defined? Let me just check it. Okay, so we are using the name. What we'll do, we'll just use this constant image file. Let's say image file dot name. Let's save it, and now as you can see our code is running without error. We'll just go back to browser, and the moment we choose file, let's say we choose a file here, and you can see that at a heading, but there is no alert. Why there is no alert? We have just missed calling this on change method. So on change, what we'll do, on change we'll just call our method that is handle. Okay, so how to call? Let's say e, which is the event, and what we'll do, that event is a e is a arrow function here, and we'll call this dot handle. We'll just pass it e here, right? Just save it. So let's just go back to our browser, and the moment we choose a file, let's say we choose a file, this png, and now you can see that alert is coming, file name is add a heading 13.png, right? Okay, so now this header function is working, so we'll just remove this alert, right? Just comment it out for now. Okay, so what we have accomplished till now, so till now we have just created a div for that, and we have already we have completed this upload functionality, that we successfully upload the file, and then what we do, we just make it out more clear. For that I will just enclose this in a div. So for that we'll make a div here, and make this card image system inside this div, right? And we'll provide some css to it. Not css, basically bootstrap. Okay, so for bootstrap we'll use col excel. Just write it, just follow me what I am doing. We'll get the final look. Okay, lg4 and col md. It is basically the bootstrap styling. You can read more about bootstrap from its official documentations on its site sm. Okay, let me just save it, and now we can see this card is done, card image, right? And after that what we need is to, right, so this is not going to end here, right? We have to make this div also inside it, because the uploaded image will be shown in the card, right? So we'll just paste it here, just set. Okay, just cut and just paste it here, just save it, right? Okay, so and for this also input will just give some bootstrap styling for that class name, right? And in this class line we'll write deflex, justify, content, right? And we'll center, and we'll just save it. Now if you see, there is nothing such because there is no image right now. And for let's just okay, so just write on slash image link, right? I'll write that, and you can get FreeSD API. Just click on it. Okay, it is API. No, we don't want API link picture. Okay, so okay, just a minute. Right, so just go here on space.com and search for sample sample image. Right, let me just check it out. Just a minute. Okay guys, so just go back to our VS Code, and now what we'll do, we'll just make it a little bit work here, like division, making the divisions, right? So we just created this deflex justify content center, right? And class name to it. Okay, so now what will I do is to, after that div, that is the input div, and then this card div, just create a new division, and in this we'll just create the button. So for creating the button, what we'll do exactly, that will just div, right? And we'll immediately create the button, right? So we'll just give it some space. Let's say we are tag. Okay, and then we'll use button, right? And the button would be, let's just give some styling. So styling would be our class name, right? So class name would be our ptn, 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 and it would be dark, right? And type would be button, type would be button, and on click, and on click is equal to, let's say e is an arrow function, right? So let's say this dot click. Okay, so what we'll do, this is a compress button, right? We'll write here compress, right? And then we'll just close the div, right? Just save it, and we have just not created the click button yet, click method, right? So we'll just create one. Okay, so just like handle, we'll create a click, right? Click, and we'll pass the event here, right? Arrow function, right? Okay, just save it. Okay, no exception. So what will you do? Just go to browser. Now you can see the compress button here. It will do nothing right now. So okay, it's not visible, it's not looking good right now, but we'll create some more stuff so it will look nice. And after that div, what we'll do, we'll create another div, and that div would be for downloading the photos, right? So we'll provide a class name here, right? Class name just as this core XL4, right? And col LG4, and then MD, right? Col MD12, some styling, right? Col SM12 and MT3. What is basically this MD3? MT3, MT3 is margin top 3. This is grid system that is used in Bootstrap, and it is used for making a responsive website. So in this we'll just create again the card, because the card will contain the preview of the video, preview of the image that is compressed already. Okay, so we'll create a card image, and we'll also close this. Okay, so it's closed, and we'll pass some parameter here, right, like the source. So what will pass? Variant, variant of the card. So variant would be our top, right, and src would be our source. The source link of the downloadable photo or image will be our this dot state, because this is in the state variable, and it is the compressed link, which is initially empty because we have not uploaded the photo. The moment we upload the photo and the moment we press the compress button, the compressed link here, right, as you can see, the compressed link here will be initialized, right? So not initialized, but the value will be added, feeded here. Okay, so that will be our source. Okay, and then that's enough for card. Okay, so let's just take the extra access, right? And then what we need to do that if the image right, so this will be showed. So but the download button, right? So if the, we'll write some logic. So logic is that this dot clicked, right? If the button, that is the compress button, if the compress button is clicked, right, this dot state, right, dot clicked, if the compress button is clicked, question mark, or it is the conditional rendering in react.js. So if the clicked is means the compress button is clicked, means the image is ready to download. Okay, so we'll pass this. Okay, so what will pass? We'll pass a div, right, and we'll just give it a name, class name, right, deflex, just the file content center, and we'll give link for the download. Okay, so we have to give the download button, right? The moment we compress, we have to give the download button. For that download button, we'll just use the href tag, and we'll just pass it here, right, downloadable link. So this dot state, so what is the downloadable link? It is none other than the compressed link. So compressed link, and we want the moment we click on this link, the file get downloaded. So we'll provide a parameter here, download, and download is equal to what we have to download, this dot state, state dot output, right, output file, output file name, right. I think this variable is not created, I will just create one. Okay, so make it more good. Let me just make it like this, and then we'll provide a class name also, right. So class name would be m2. This class name is for the download button, right. So it will be btn, the link will be like a button. So we'll provide it a dark, and width is 75. Just save it, and there is some error, right. What is the error? That we have not ended. Okay, we have not. Okay, now this, and the thing that we need to write here is download. The link name will be download, right. Just go back, and there is some error. Just clear it out. What is the error? Okay, so what is this? State dot click, right. So our div is not complete yet, right. So how to, we have to enclose the div also, right. Div, right. Just save it, and still now there is an error. Why this is an error? This is the error because of this thing. So what is this? Okay, let me just okay. So why this error? Because we have provided a conditional ending here. Okay, so we have to provide the other case also. If this is not true, then what to do? So we'll just provide nothing, because if there is no photo uploaded, then where how can the download button be available? So we'll just pass it null, right? Just save it. Now the error is gone. Let's just go back. Now you can see compress button. The moment we click on compress button, the moment we click on the compress button, okay, let's just go back to compress. The moment you click on the compress button, there is a on click method, and on the click method is click. So we have to implement the click, and this click method, right? So this click method is the main method, right? Main method for compressing the image, right? And we'll use a library, as already told in my the first video, that we'll use a logic sorry, the library for image compression, that is browser image compression, and we'll just import it, right? So for importing it, browser image compression, we have to install also. So for installing browser image compression, okay, just go to browser. I will just show you the official docs of React. Okay, so just write browser image compression React.js, right? Just go to browser and you can see npm package manager npmjs.com, and just click on it, and now you can see this browser image compression. It is a cool library JavaScript module to run in web browser for image compression, right? It will run in web browser only. Okay, so for downloading it, okay, is dropped in. Okay, so accept image, and this is for installing. How can install that? npm install browser image compression save. Just copy this, okay, and just paste in your terminal. For that we have to terminate this, right? cls for clear screen. Okay, just paste it. Okay, so the npm node package manager will install the browser image compression file. It is basically library, not file. So it will just install it. Just wait for a minute and it will install. Meanwhile, we'll write the import thing. So we'll just write import, right? Import, what we have to import? We have to import image compression, right? So we'll write image compression, right? This is our method. We take two parameters for compressing an image. Okay, so browser image compression, it is recommendable, okay, because it's installed. Let's save it, and then just go back to our, let's just get this, and now let's just go back to our click method. So our click method would be, let's just define it. Okay, so what our click method will contain. So before this, I will create another method, that is change value. Okay, for changing the value, change value, it is another method. I will tell its use later on. So let me just create here, and then e dot prevent default, e dot prevent default, not like this, prevent default. This prevent default method, what it does, it actually prevents the page from refreshing or whenever we click on the compress button. Okay, right? So let's just go back to our click method, and in the click method, let's just uh, create this also, a dot prevent default, right? And this protects the page from refreshing. Okay, so we'll define some option. What is the criteria for our compression? So we'll define some option. Okay, so let me just define some option const, that will be constant, and options, let's say, so option and option to be a object, right? So our max size in MB, right? This is one of the option for compression. Would be, let's say, 1 MB is the maximum size, and width max width or height, right? Max width or height, CIGST, right? Max width with the height 500. Okay, it is basically what this is. It is the compression size. Okay, when the image is compressed, then the maximum width or height would be 500 pixels, right? Not more than this. And whenever our image is compressed, then the compressed image size would be 1 MB maximum size. It will not be more than that, right? And use web worker. There is one more, right? One more parameter, and just use web worker. True, right? So this will be the options. Okay, so after the option, what will put certain condition, right? So before putting certain condition, I will just write up the main uh, method. Will just call, let's say, output for the output file, and we'll call the main method. So main method our is image compression. That is the method, final method that we are going to pass this dot state dot original image, which need to be compressed, and then we'll also pass the second parameter, that is options. Okay, what is the criteria of compression, what should be the compressed file should be look like, what is the maximum size of that compressed file, okay, what is the pixels, okay, and then we'll also save the compressed file resultant. Okay, so let me take it as x, and x to be a, okay, so let's say the output, just the variable we created here for saving the output file, that is the compressed file. So x, what is the x? So the compressed file is x, right? Dot then means the moment this function returns something that is x, will do some conditioning to the x. Okay, so what the process is, will just save first what the x is, what the result, that is the compressed file, and then we'll also create the download link. So const download link is equal to url. Okay, so url is available in react for making url for any object within the app. Create object for url, and in this we'll just make url for the download, that is output file, that is the compressed file also, right? So output, and then we'll set the state, this dot set state, and we'll also do some changes in the values of the variable, update some changes, like the moment we get the compressed file, we'll just update the compressed link. Okay, so compressed link, and the compressed link is download link, that is here, right? So come download link, right? And now what we'll do, that this is done, let's put semicolon here, and let's also put semicolon here, right? This is because of function. Okay, and then what else we need to do is to return, what we have to return. Okay, we have let's say one more thing, that is this dot, we have to also change something, that yes, the compress button is clicked, right? So I have to press make this clicked button as true, right? We have to make this click, right? You can see there is this click, right? False. So the moment we click, so when we click on the compress button, this method is called, and we set the clicked as true, because this compress button is clicked, so the app will make the file ready to be downloaded, that is the compressed, and we'll just return one, right? That is all the statements are successfully executed. Okay, so before that we'll write some condition also, right? What condition? If options dot max size MB, right? If options dot max size MB means the compressed image, the final result, if it is bigger than, if it is bigger than this dot state dot original image dot size. Okay, so if the compressed image size is bigger than the original image, then what is the benefit of compressing it? Okay, it will be worthless. Okay, so we have to check if the compressed image size is big or is bigger than or equal to as before, then there is no need of there is no need of compression, right? So we'll just divide it by 1024 because this will divide it and make it in the size of MBs. Okay, and what we'll do, that will just alert that image is too small, right, and can't be compressed. Because the image is too small and can't be compressed, that's why the original size and the compressed size are equal. Okay, because the image cannot be compressed by using this image compression method of browser image compression, right? So we'll just alert it, right, and then we'll just return 0. We don't need to execute all these statements because the already the size is yes. Okay, so this will be okay, so this method is done. Okay, so now what we'll do, that we'll just check it once, and for checking we have to run our project. Okay, so let me just npm start. We'll just run, just wait for a minute, it's compiling the code, right? Let me just close this. Okay, and just a minute, it's loading. Okay, so now let me just choose a file, and we can see the size of this file is 572 KB. Let's choose a bigger file. Okay, so let me choose a file of 3.85 MB, and this is the image file. So we just uploaded, right? So you can see the compress button. Okay, let's just press compress. Okay, the moment we click on compress, let's see, is there any error in the console? There is no error in the console. Okay, the moment we pressed on the compress, okay, so we'll just go back, and the moment we pressed on the compress, let's just print out what is the value of clicked. Okay, so we'll just write this dot state dot clicked. Okay, cannot read the properties of clicked, right? Okay, no problem. So we have just okay, so let's just go back. So what we have done, we have just click on this compress button. On click, it will call this dot click, right? So it will go to click it dot prevent default, right, constant maximum size, and then return 0, right? Let output image compression, output and download link. So why this download button is not there? So the moment we click on create, okay, if this is true, then there will be a download button, right? Okay, so download button, right, if the clicked is true. Okay, and we are making this clicked to be true here. Set this state. We'll just save it once again, and there is two errors. Let's just fix what is the error. Okay, so error is comma unexpected token x6241. Just go back to 62, and okay, so this was the error. Let's just save it, and just okay, so let's just go back out to this and choose a file again. So let me just choose that file again. This is the point 8 MB, and just compress it. So you can see there is a preview of this image, and there is a also download button. The moment we click on download, then we can see there is we can see this download button, right? So we just save this image. Let's say here, just save it. Some error is there still. Let's just go back, and let me just see in the console, is there any error? So console is not showing any error. Let's go back. So why this let me just open a new file here and just compress it. Download button is visible, so click on download button, it will just show it. Okay, no problem. So let me just go back and identify what is the error, right? So the moment we click on download, okay, it will download the file, right? The moment you click on download, so it will just say output file name. So we'll just click on output file, this dot state output file name. So there is no variable output file name. Let's just make it. Okay, so we have to set the state as output file name, right? So in the output file name, will what will create the, let's find out output file name. Okay, so this is the first or only one. We have to create this output file name here, this dot state, and we have to create output file and this to be empty right now. And then the moment we get the file, right, the moment we get the output file, we'll just set this state, right, where this is state image compression set download link and compress link with that. So output file name, right, just a minute. Okay, so downloadable output file name, right? So and this dot compress, let's just save it and just go back to our web browser, right? Choose a file from here, then just add, compress it. Okay, now just download it. Now you can see that we are able to download it. Okay, so it will going to download, and let's just name it differently. Let's just take it as a test one and save. Okay, so it is downloaded now. Okay, so let me demonstrate our real thing, that how the app works. Okay, okay, so let me just choose file from here, and let me choose a bigger file of bigger storage size. So let me just take a 3 point, you can see the image size is 3.85 MB. Let's just choose it and open, and the moment we compress it, there is a download file, right? So download file, remember the size that was 3.85 MB. So let us just download it and name it earth. Earth, okay, let me just name it as earth, right? Let me just open in show in folder, right? The moment you see in the folder, let's just go to properties and check the size. So the size is, you as you can see, 100 KB. Okay, so the size is reduced from 3.8484 MB to 100 KB. So in this way, and you if you open this, okay, so the image is not also too bad. Okay, so you if you see this, we successfully created our project. But the most and foremost, what we need is styling of the page. The page is not looking good, so in the next video we'll do some styling and make it look more impressive. So thank you guys for watching this video till end. I hope you liked it, and if you liked it, please share and subscribe. Okay, thank you.